Welcome back to the show. Excited to talk to our next guest. Worked in over 35 countries, speaks Russian, French, English, I don't know, could be some others there. We'll find out in a moment. Also one of the newest members of the Rogers TV family. We're joined by Barbara Balfour. She is one of the hosts and producers of Ottawa Experts. Barbara, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
You're so young. It just amazes me. 35 countries you visited already as a journalist. So talk about what brought you to all, some of them I guess were for pleasure, not all of them for work, right?
Yes, well, part of them were for work, and then part of them stemmed from my personal conviction that it's useful to invest more in experiences rather than possessions. But I have been extremely fortunate that I've been able to go to some of these countries for work, for conferences, and things like that. And then I would tap on a few extra countries if I happen to be in the area. Nice.
So your journalism has also taken you to a lot of different prominent magazines, every newspaper, major newspaper in Canada. What sort of topics have you written about over the years?
I'm really a jack of all trades. I'll write on everything from business to fashion to plastic surgery to real estate, you name it. And that's sort of one of the benefits of working in journalism. If you get bored easily and you want to learn something new every day, journalism is the industry for you. I don't have any favorites, no. It's I think your stories can only be as good as your sources, and you can meet interesting people everywhere. There are interesting stories to be found everywhere.
I couldn't agree more. Sometimes the topic might not be incredibly interesting to people, but everybody is interesting if you really dig deep and speak to them, right? And you're one of those people. I mean, with that kind of experience, what do you think you can bring to Ottawa Experts for viewers?
Well, having worked as a journalist for 15 years, I've interviewed a lot of different people and I've written many stories. So I think I have a knack of determining what makes an interesting story, and I think I can draw the good parts out of every person's experience and what they have to offer. I know what the viewer is looking for, what will make them not change the channel.
Yeah, she's definitely got that under her belt, so I could see that definitely from speaking with you. So what are some of your ideas, with that being said, you've got a show coming up next week, so what do you think that you've got some ideas coming up under your belt with that in mind?
Well, this Tuesday at 8 o'clock is my first show on Ottawa Experts, and it'll be on how to make friends after 30. So whether you've just graduated from university and it's no longer as easy for you to meet people, or maybe you're divorced and all your friends have migrated over to the ex's side, or you're an empty nester, you're a baby boomer, maybe you've lost your spouse. So my show will cover tips on how to make friendships and build emotional intimacy with people in all life stages. I think loneliness is a real epidemic in our society, and
you're so right.
There's some tangible research to show it has some very real ill effects on our physical health. We all need to have that support group that we can rely on, whether it's someone you call at 3 o'clock in the morning and say, I have an emergency, please be there for me. Or even, hey, how's it going? What are you doing tonight? And you want to share a glass of wine.
I'm glad you said that, because I find when people have gone through a tragedy, a divorce, a death in the family or something like that, they isolate themselves. And we often say, you know, oh, they need time to themselves. And I don't think that's true. I mean, you know, obviously we all need a little time, but we almost isolate them
too much.
Way too much.
It's like we don't want to get involved.
I think our own personal. I think we put our personal on it because it's our uncomfortable, because we don't want to deal with the situation.
Well, and we don't know how to.
We don't know how. Exactly, you're right. I think you nailed it with that topic.
So do you have an expert then that you're bringing in?
I've got a couple of experts. I've got Dr. Martin Rovers from Capital Choice Counseling. He's a psychologist who will be giving his take on how to ask someone on a friend date without feeling uncomfortable. You know, we're all guilty of saying, hey, you know, we should get together sometime, and then it never happens. So how to kind of follow up on that. And then I have Joni Marks, who's a Hollywood actress with a Canadian connection, and she's flying in to join us from California, and she'll be giving us tips on how to make friends using lessons that she's learned as an actress. So I'm really excited to hear what she has to say.
And other topics have you started thinking about for down the road?
My show in October will be on how to complain and get what you want.
Oh,
interesting.
Interesting.
Because don't we not
want to complain?
Don't we not dislike complainers?
Well, you know, I mean, there's ways to do it assertively.
Okay.
And
I'm intrigued about that.
And that covers the whole gamut from, you know, you're online with someone at the call center and they just don't get it. So how to get to where you want to go without losing your cool, because that's when you've lost the game, when you've lost your cool.
Absolutely.
Or how to negotiate your salary, because they don't teach you that in school.
No.
That you know,
don't.
yeah, wow, I'm taken back. I'm completely taken back.
Well, both topics are great because they're not topics we hear about very often.
Absolutely. Right? Well, I'll be tuning in. You've got me speechless right now.
Well, and congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Welcome to the Rogers TV team. We're excited to have you here, Barbara. And again, Barbara is making her debut next Tuesday. That is September the 15th. And as we mentioned yesterday, Moni will be making her debut the following Tuesday on the 22nd, and then they'll be rotating throughout the rest of the year. Don't go away. We're back with Brett Kelly, local filmmaker. He's got a great Spooktacular Film Festival coming up. We'll tell you more about that right after this.